Hello, my darlings. How are you doing? It's your girl. It's Stardust Raccoon. And today, thought we'd catch up a little bit. It's time for another Wine and Hormones, except I'm not drinking right now. You'll have to forgive me. It's too early in the morning to begin drinking, from what I'm told, is what is status quo for most normal people. Not really so much to tell you right now. I actually did just get my ears pierced for the first time. Not the suit ones, but the actual ears that are underneath the mask. We've been getting manicures and pedicures. We enjoy the attention. However, my most recent development is I am now on injection estrogen, estradiol Valarte. Valart? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm always going to go with the en français pronunciation, so I'm saying Valarte. It's injection. I started seeing a new doctor recently, and that doctor looked at my levels. My levels are a little still all over the place. I have a blood test coming up in the next couple of weeks. However, the doctor looked at my levels and said, "Girl, this is not healthy. You're going to have some heart issues if you keep going." And yeah, a lot of days it's really hard to get out of bed and get functional. My blood pressure is really terrible right now. It's usually somewhere like 100 over 50, maybe on a good day 100 over 55, or maybe 105 over 55, which from what I understand is really low. Now granted, one of the medications I'm on, spironolactone, does two things. One, it's a blood pressure medication. If you have high blood pressure, it brings it down to normal. The adverse effect is if you have normal blood pressure and you're using it for the side effects, which in my case is what's called an androgen blocker. It shuts off the boy parts downstairs. It starts depriving you of being able to receive the androgen. I think, I'm not exactly sure. There's so many other people that know more about this than I do. I just know it's a testosterone blocker. It stops me from being able to make testosterone or receive it. We're still on that. We're on 150 milligrams of spironolactone. The other part of it too is I was on pill estrogen, and when the doctor came in, she said, okay, I can do one of two. I can't do both at one time. It could actually cause some damage to you. It could result in hospitalization or even worse. I can touch the estrogen or I can touch the androgen blocker. Right now we're going to mess with estrogen. We're going to take you off the pills and get you on injection medication. Now, before you start going, but Star, you're handling a medical instrument. This is spent. This is actually, it still has stuff in there. However, I started this a month ago, and after 1 month, you have to throw away the bottle. It can start growing bacteria and become infectious, but my prescription is 0.1 milliliter weekly to get my estrogen down to a normal level that we can build off of. So that's what I'm actually going to do, is work on it getting steady.
Hey Star, it's time for your weekly injection.
Oh, would you like to see how I do my estrogen, just as a educational purposes only? Let's take a look. So here's just a little bit of a simulation. Now, this is a simulation of me getting ready to take my estradiol, realizing now it's time to do my injection. Everything lives right here in this little box. It's a nice little 3-tiered shelf box. On the first tier we have the syringes as well as the estradiol itself, the liquid estradiol here, and there's the syringe I'll be using. The pink needles are the draw needles and the teal needles are the stick needles, and of course I have my band-aid and my alcohol swab. First things first, I need to assemble my needle. I'm going to take the pink draw needle and stick it in the syringe and tighten it down and pull the little straw off, the little protector. and get my vial ready. Oop, I forgot to sterilize the vial first. I take an alcohol swab and I wipe it across the tip to kill any bacteria or germs. And now, at a slight angle, I'm going to stick this in. This is to draw out the fluid. I'm going to remove the little sheath. Stop giggling. And I'm going to stick it in at an angle. One of the things I also have to do is I have to put some air into the syringe to inject it in, since it is airtight. And I inject the air, and now ever so carefully, ever so slowly, I'm going to draw out 0.1 milliliters of fluid, or about 2 milligrams, and remove the bottle and put the sheath back on so that I can get my stick needle ready. I've got the stick needle on the syringe. I'm putting some alcohol on my tuchus. There I am sticking. Star, you stuck it in your jacket, but you also got it into the thigh. And now it's time to throw everything away. So that is how I do my intramuscular injection of estrogen. It went right here into my thigh. It's still a little sore right now as we speak. Now, again, what you all saw was a reenactment. It wasn't real. The parts were real. The actual everything was real. And there is a little bit of estrogen now actually in my thigh pad, but it didn't go into me. It's all just for show and tell. However, this is part of my weekly ritual that I have to go through now. I do it every Sunday night or Monday morning, somewhere in there, as long as it's within that Sunday-Monday period. Those are my days off. And that's how I'm ingesting my estrogen now. What is on the future? I don't know. The changes to my body, my chest has actually started to swell. Now what you see here are my raccoon girls. My actual chest has started to swell to either side of the center of the breast. It's very sore. And as my estrogen has come down, it's become so much less sore, which I don't know if that's good or not. But after my injection every week, the sides get really sore. The buds, as I'm told, are growing in. And it's really kind of a wonderful feeling knowing that that's happening. Other really kind of odd things that have happened, I guess they're odd, but I don't want to say so. I haven't watched Evangelion in probably 10 years. And the movie's over, and I had no emotion in this. I was just kind of just sitting there, and all of a sudden I just started crying. I've been able to cry a lot here lately, and sometimes it's from my own emotions, sometimes it's just from watching TV. I guess that's part of the hormones coming in and out of balance. I'm not sure. What else? Like I said, I got my ears done recently. I started learning how to do makeup. For those of you girls that are out there wanting to learn how to do this, you just started, or you are trans like I am and you want to get this learned, I went to MAC Cosmetics at Disney Springs. They offer classes for free, pro bono, for trans women to learn how to do makeup. And I went to Disney Springs here locally and went to the MAC store. It was 10 a.m. and I met this wonderful woman who was so sweet to me. She told me what everything was, what the purpose of it was, how to apply it. Did one side of my face to show me, and then had me do the hard side of my face, my left side, to be able to learn how to do it that way. And of course we made mistakes, and of course we're going to make mistakes, but that's part of the learning process, and they were ever so dear. So if you're learning and you want to learn, see if there's a MAC Cosmetics store, an actual storefront in your town, and call them and ask them, do they do classes for trans people? I believe that they all do, but don't quote me on it, please. Well, now you've caught up with me, I'd like to catch up with you. You send me email, tell me how you're doing. Don't be afraid to comment down below. Tell me how you're doing. Are you trans as well? Don't forget to drop me a line. Tell me what's going on with you. I'm always open to hearing your story and to understanding your journey as well. Each of us are on a different journey. We all need to support each other in this time. This is our time to shine. This is our year. We're really going to make the most of it. We're going to make the best of it. I just want you all to know how much I believe in you, how much I trust in you, and how much I love you all. So until next time, girls, I'm Stardust Raccoon, and keep your stick on the ice.